Alright, so I'm going to check your target.value to get my values whenever I do the change of that, any changes I do. So now let me wire this up, change on both first. Alright, so we have defined the schema objects, then we have created the local variables, then we have mapped, and we are going to get the data from that and store it in the change handler. Is to create the object. This field map we have to create. So this we can take it from here. Final data save, the button which is update data here, and the first thing I'm going to create is to create the variable here. Date record. See, these are all templated, okay? These are available even in the Salesforce documentation, but better to follow the exact syntax and not experiment this with this. What we have done is we have tried to create the data result is not defined. Let's try it without any console and see if the data gets updated. Now to check the update data, there is one more thing that we need to do, which is actually what we have done so far is to show the data in the UI, and we have created schema objects from the APIs. Now we have also created the local variables. Now let us and we have also the value of any of the value which gets updated. Assign this value to first name. Otherwise, it's going to assign it to the last name. Have these two variables. The records are getting listed here. So how do we capture the ID of the contact? There are multiple records because we need the ID to pass to the update record. So for that, what we do is we use this concept, HTML concept of data IDs. This is first coming in account list. Let's take a look at the HTML here. This is coming in account list. Okay, dropping onto related contact object, and then the contact object gets is what is iterated over here. So now what we are going to do is we are going to take the account object ID as a data ID and data.record. Now whatever tags you give over here, if you give this lightning button, lightning allows you support of these data tags like HTML. These are normal HTML. Now if there are any loops or any structures like this, okay, for each or key, you can access them using data tags like data ID, data record ID. Once you do that, you can take this part, the second part after the hyphen, in your code, and it will map to this value. So what we are going to do here is the related contact ID of each and every record we are going to pass to the record ID. So this we are going to capture in the, we'll have to capture it in the update data. So we can do one thing, the variable name. Now this data set refers to this data ID, okay, data, these tags. Now this data set, I'll say data set dot record ID. So exactly this part I'll take record ID. And this is going to give me my value, okay. So we can just see here. So we are comparing with fname, lname, and we are also capturing the ID. So the next step is to map the values that we have got in first name, last name, and ID with the APIs that we have invoked over here, right? This contact first name, we need to map them and create the data structure to send it to the final update record API. So for that, we can use this. And I'm going to do this in the update finally, okay. So I have this field imported here, contact first name, last name, and now I have values in my this dot either I can take this directly over here, or I can assign it to this contact ID is a local variable which we have created. Sorry, we have not created, we have created record ID. So yeah, contact ID. So we're going to use it over here, okay. So this is going to set up our data parameter, which we are going to finally call the update record method. Now this update record is again a library which we can directly take it from the reference. So let's see how to use this. What I would suggest is, instead of this, we will just do a console log operation. Just going to say console.log. Alright, so with this our final API is ready. So we need to invoke it from a button here. So basically what we have done is we have finally mapped the ID field API name, and we are taking the record ID. So the most important thing here is we are taking the record ID from the data set, and then we are taking the first name and the last name whenever there is any data changes. So let us save all of this first. Deploy it to source to all, and as usual we need to give it some tries. Go to accounts. So what we're going to do is, we have showing a list of data, right, the contacts. So we're going to update the value of the first name, last name from there itself. So let's open up the log. So now if you see, this is success. So we have had a, so let's refresh this. Now the data has got updated. So very simple way of updating, no Apex code here. See, the data has got updated. Alright. So a very simple way. Now if you change it further, like say if you say change this one and update, and now when we refresh, we are going to get the changed values. So extremely simple way. So basically it's a templated way of updating data. You first import the schema objects that is required, then you create the local variables, then you map and create the map structure, and then based on the change values we just pick up the values here, and then finally pass that map of fields and schema which is fresh with the data that you have in the UI to the backend. Okay, and how do you pick up the record ID? Using the data tags. Alright, so pause the video here and complete this till you get the update. Next we will try to create a new record. Okay, that's the next thing that we're going to do. So we're going to create a button over here itself, which is going to say create a record, and it is going to create a contact over here, and you're going to also associate with the current account that's there. So let us do that.